MaryLynn, you are also an author of paranormal romance, right?
Yeah, a little bit of adult themed.
She
Oh.
writes naughty books.
Yeah, that's what okay. What is your definition of paranormal romance?
Paranormal in actual fiction is really it's vampires, werewolves, and fairies, and just kind of the other worlds. This is where you have free reign to be able to create your characters, and there is no limitation. So
She writes about booty. And I'm not
Sounds
talking
that
about
too.
pirate treasure.
Hello, everyone. My name is Misty Gaither, and welcome to Quest, a journey into true crime and the paranormal. I am so excited to have with me tonight MaryLynn Bast, author, psychic medium, and Michael Gagliano, right? A comedian, investigator, and together they're known as the Sidekicks, but also the stars of a new show called Paranormal on Beacon TV. How y'all doing?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Just so excited to talk to y'all because y'all have intrigued me because we always don't see humor mixed in with the paranormal. So I'm really excited to hear, all about like how y'all met, how did this concept come to be, and so let's start with that. Let's talk about how y'all met.
Mostly with our eyes. Then a handshake was involved. It started off at a radio show, in fact. We were at the Rocking Comedy Show in Las Vegas, and she happened to be there, and she approached me and my wife. My wife happened to be there, which was a rarity. And she's like, I have no, you don't know who I am. I don't know who you are. I have no reason to know this, but I think somebody's mother's really sick. And I think they're looking to pass within, the next 3 days, 3 weeks, something with the number 3. And it just so happened that my wife's mother was, in fact, sick and died that night at 3 a.m.
Wow.
So after talking to her, so that was pretty crazy. And after that, we just kind of connected. I mean, it was just like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah. So
And I normally don't do that. I don't approach people, but it was just there was such a strong message that they needed to know.
yeah, because that takes a lot of guts, even as a psychic medium, to go up and tell somebody something like that. So it was like y'all just had a instant connection. Now, did you feel that just right off jump?
Well, for me,
Yeah,
it was to
MaryLynn.
deliver the message.
From there, y'all started investigating together.
So, yes. Well, no, actually, no. She had her own show. I came on, did as kind of just a call in for her show. We had a couple of giggles, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we really kind of didn't talk for a little while. She came, a few years would go by. She came by my house because I was having some issues with some weird nightmares. So she came by the house to kind of help me, cleanse it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you call it, like Irish Spring the house.
Right.
Yeah, cleanse and clear.
Yeah, you zest it. I don't know. You're not fully clean unless your zest fully clean. And then she moved to Texas, and I started a show called Two Clueless Dudes with a buddy of mine. You're not allowed to say the word, but I think he may have been pirate-tarded. So I had to end the show. But in the process of doing so, I happened to just we're chilling, we're watching something, and then I just wind up in contact with MaryLynn, and she goes, "Hey, I've got this gig I'm doing down in Deadwood, of all places. It's like a paranormal convention. Do you guys want to? Do you want to go see it?" I was like, you know what? I've never really put much thought into the paranormal, but yeah, I was like, I feel very strongly about this. I'm going to do it. So I did. We drove from Las Vegas all the way to Deadwood, South Dakota,
Wow.
and had the time of my life. What an experience. While there, I met 2 very politically correct people, Josh Purvis and Shane Pittman, just great folk to meet. We decided to start Sidekicks, MaryLynn and I, because she was like, I'm looking to do a podcast. And I was like, well, I wanted to do Two Clueless Dudes, but, Phil, my co-host, he's got to go off and do something else for a little while. It's like, so I'm kind of on my own too. So why don't we do something like this? And then we started it. The next thing I know, I'm in Virginia City, and I'm talking to. I'm just by myself. MaryLynn couldn't go, and I'm just kind of promoting, sidekicks while I'm there. Josh Purvis and TV's Payne Shipman are there, and I get to talking to them because I was like, well, you guys probably get pitched stuff all the time. I said, but I do have this actual idea, and I do think it's a good idea. And I pitched Pair with a Normal. Incredible. It's never been done. Let's do it. I was like, okay, well then I need to find my anchor, and MaryLynn was obviously the logical choice. And we started filming and haven't looked back.
Now, y'all's first episode was at the Black Swan Inn in
Yes.
San Antonio. Now, that's the Black Swan Inn has been on, several paranormal shows previously, Paranormal State, Ghost Adventures, and some more. And I always thought that it was really interesting how she has that, and I know I say the word wrong, but the room where you can go in and scry.
So the Psychomantium room.
Yes, that word.
But I call it the Psychomantis.
Okay, well, you know what? I might start calling it that to help me maybe get on the road to pronounce it correctly. So there you go. I learned something tonight. How did that go?
What you have to understand that first episode, not only is it our first episode that's being aired, but that was actually the first time both myself and MaryLynn were in front of the camera. It's also the first time that we'd ever investigated together. It was also the first time that I'd ever learned anything about psychic abilities. I think we talk about seances. We talk about, the Psychomantis room and just equipment in general. It's the first time that I've ever been around or involved with any of this stuff. So one of the first things that we do is that Psychomantium room. To this day, I think out of all the equipment that we have in today's environment in modern society, nothing can compare to what I felt doing the Psychomantium, because there's something about having full access to your own imagination in the dark while looking at yourself, but not, is got to be one of the most existential feelings you will ever feel in your life. It is not for the faint of heart, but I highly recommend anyone that is in the field that has never done it, maybe they've heard about it, man, it's a must try.
Well, it's definitely on my bucket list to try, and also to go to the Black Swan Inn. I haven't got to go there yet, so congratulations on y'all's show, and I know it'll be successful. Now, what about the humor part of the paranormal? Like I was saying in my introduction of y'all, a lot of people don't think of the paranormal. You don't think humor, and when you think humor, you don't think of the paranormal. Like, is there mixed reactions or?
Well, ask MaryLynn. She's the comedian.
You're right.
Well, first off, it's when we do the show, it is completely unscripted. With Mike, it's something that I have to follow his lead, and wherever he takes us, I never know what's going to come out of his mouth or what he's going to do.
Right.
And it's to the point of I just go along, and it's something that I'm actually having fun with it. But we do have people that we were actually turned away on doing an investigation at a location because they were afraid we were going to make fun of the area. It was a Native American burial ground. And it's like, that's not what we do. But they refused to allow us there because they were afraid of the comedy aspect of it. So we do get mixed reactions with it. But people, when they go in and see it, they actually love it because it's hilarious. You just don't know what to expect.
And it's
Once you understand it, yeah.
Right. It definitely would be entertaining, just in a different way. And sometimes that's good, not having everything the same way and cookie cutter, how everything is, and we know what to expect next. Now, MaryLynn, you are also an author.
I am.
And of paranormal romance. Right.
Yeah, a little bit of adult themed.
She likes naughty books.
Yeah, that's what that's what I was going to ask you. Like, what is your definition of paranormal romance? Like, is it between the spirits each other, humans? Is it all the above? Or, to kind of give me a background on a definition about your books.
Paranormal in actual fiction is really it's vampires, werewolves, and fairies, and just kind of the other worlds. This is where you have free reign to be able to create your characters, and there is no limitation.
She
So
writes
that's
about booty. And
It
I'm not
and
sounds
talking
that
about
too.
pirate treasure.
right. Yeah, I
That
was
too.
like, now I didn't know if by paranormal romance, if you were talking about the succubus and the incubus and all that, and kind of
Well,
twisted in
there's some
there.
sucking.
so, so
Yeah, there is.
so that is just because you've wrote what 20 something or 30 something books so far,
Oh no,
or
I have 10 books
10
published,
books.
but
Now, where did
I
I get
have
that number?
probably there is another author by
It's
the
because you
same
read them
name.
again.
What, the same name that writes the same kind of books?
No, it's a different kind of
Okay,
books, but she's a doctor. So her name was MaryLynn Bast. And so that's why my name is MaryLynn Bast. So I just
right.
put MaryLynn together. So that
Oh,
just makes it to where it's a little different, but they still pull up. And yeah, I've got 10 books, but I do have about 20 of them in the works. It's just a matter of do I have time to sit down and write about it? Not right now.
one of your mottos that I saw when I was doing some research is where the paranormal is real and fun. Now,
Yes.
do you think that y'all's approach to the paranormal will help some people not be as scared? Like maybe spirits or even death itself?
Oh,
That is,
absolutely.
yeah, that is absolutely the goal. When we set about this, me specifically, and I think Mary Lynn is right on track with me. We Our goal was to show that your everyday average person who just may be interested, they can get together with their friends, they can have limited knowledge and still have a good time. Not everything has to be done by a professional. Not everything is demons. Like I say, you're more likely to find semen than demon. Okay. I think it's important for people that are interested in the field to not be afraid. Because if you have questions, then you have every right to look for those answers. Right.
And
And
that's
you
where
should
you don't
not
have
be
to be
emotional.
antagonistic and,
No,
you don't have to go in yelling and
no.
cussing at people. And, that's about the fun. And that's what we have found that when we do go in, just having fun with it, we get so much more reactions
You
than the
really do.
people that go in trying to stir things up. And that's where our belief is you go in with respect. And then at the end, we also thank them for allowing us there. And they're not allowed to go home with us. That's the biggest thing, too. So, but it's just
Right.
the respect part of it and just having fun with it. And there are some people who are still afraid of it, but they're more open minded when they realize they don't have to be as afraid.
Yeah,
No.
we wanted to make a show for people who won't watch paranormal shows because they don't want to get scared,
Mhm.
right? So this is a great way to dip your toes in that, have a good time, get some positive energy, right?
Yes.
Because it's still an energy, and maybe just kind of dip your toes into some of that actual superstition or supernatural type of environment, but just enough.
Well, that was
Mhm.
going to be my next question is how, like the spirits, how that they, react to such a maybe a lighter approach. And like you said, it does have its positives in doing that. So that's pretty cool. So where y'all going to be at next? Y'all, any Paracons coming up or special events or?
Wow, Misty, that's none of your business, okay? Um,
Signing off now.
I'm afraid
Sorry
to
to
say out of my
offend y'all.
personal life. I will be at the Rock Island
Yeah.
Roadhouse in Illinois, where I'll also be doing a little presentation talking about, um, you know, uh, comedy and the effects it has, on the afterlife. And then after that, Marilyn and we will both be in Virginia City, where we are a main sponsor. We will be hosting a little event there. We will be part of a group that will be going around, so you can actually join our group and
Oh.
investigate with us, which is going to be incredible. I think it's going to be a cool opportunity for people that maybe don't want to be too scared,
Mm-hmm.
want to have a good time though. We're going to be those people for you.
Speaking of Paracons, that's where we actually met. Brandon and I were there at the Cajun Country Paracon in March, and will y'all be attending next year in April?
We are talking about it.
Good,
Yep.
good.
Yeah. Right now, we are looking at our schedules and trying to see what we're going to be doing in 2025. So right now, we
That's
don't have.
the Louisiana Spirits one, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we're game on that one, right?
Yep. I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I will definitely see y'all there. So, what's on the bucket list for y'all as far as investigating?
For me, it's just I like going anywhere that I can travel to. If I can, my ultimate bucket list though would be to travel over to Ireland and visit all the castles.
Oh my God, that would be like, what is it, Leap Castle? And I don't know if that's
Yes.
in Ireland, maybe it's Scotland.
And
But
then even Transylvania. Want to go over there to that castle as well.
that would be cool. How about you, Michael?
I'm gonna hit you with one you have never heard of before.
Okay, let's have it.
Okay. So there is a Japanese urban legend. Okay, this is very important, folks. Listen in. It is of a young girl named Hanako. Okay. Now, Hanako does something very, very specific. Hanako haunts school toilets.
Okay.
I gotta go. I gotta find this. I gotta find this Hanako.
That's like Harry Potterish.
It really is. And anyone who watches the show knows I have a thing with bathrooms in
Okay.
haunted houses.
Haunted bathrooms, yes.
Haunted bathrooms in particular. I just don't think they get enough credit.
I agree with you on
Things
that.
happen in bathrooms, okay?
Right. So you're talking like you said Japan?
That is in, yes, Japan.
Japan. Got you. Let me ask you something, Michael. Do you feel like that you may have any kind of abilities?
I would say I think everyone is a little empathic to a degree. Whether they want to, acknowledge that or not, I think we all have what's called intuition to a degree, right? I think we can all agree that we all have some form of feeling of, like, you could tell, okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong, maybe I'm doing something right. I think this guy might be trying to hurt me in the long run. I think everybody has that. And I would like to say that, I also possess that. But I would say I'm also really empathic with, I guess, animals. I think there's probably certain types of spirits maybe connect with me easier than other people, maybe because of my outgoing personality or my friendliness or my just incredible handsomeness. Let's be real. It could be any of those, but I do think that maybe some spirits do connect with me better than others, maybe just based on my personality.
You might.
But don't ask for winning lotto numbers. It's not going to happen,
Right.
folks.
Hey, some people, they'll try anything, though.
Look, I could try to pick my nose and miss. Okay, it's bad.
So I'm just so excited for y'all, and I really enjoyed meeting y'all in person. Can you tell me? Can you tell me maybe? And I won't tell anybody else. But can you tell me where the next episode is going to be?
Well, we actually just dropped a mine video that's in the premium section on Stream Beacon TV. So that just dropped, and it is available now. So Stream
Yeah,
Beacon.
and if you're looking for that's basically just a tour of a mine in Virginia City. If you've never been, it's a great way to experience Virginia City and to receive a one-of-a-kind, first-class tour from yours truly.
Oh, that sounds really interesting because I always, enjoy the stuff about the mines and mining for gold and the whole thing. So everybody, be sure to, subscribe to Beacon TV, stream it, and check out Para with a Normal. And
use code Paranorm10 and you could save 10%.
Okay, let's do it. Paranorm 10, right?
Woo!
I'm here to stay, y'all. So if y'all think that death sucks, and not another one of y'all's motto, death sucks, but we can laugh about it sometimes. Be sure to check them out on Beacon TV. And I appreciate both of y'all. I know y'all are really busy, and I appreciate you both, your time, and for being a guest on the show. And
thank you for having us.
Oh, no problem. And I hope to see y'all again soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You're the bomb.com.
Right. See y'all later. Have a good night.